and let me say TDC, and he posted something. He has written the, 2 bedrooms, apartment. This one is this, and we're quoted in dollars. So I asked, why should you even quote in dollars?
Exactly. But the
why
affordable housing.
That's what I'm talking about. Why do you have to code these things in dollars? Because we always talk about it, but we are the same people who give the opportunity for people to do it. Secondly, you go to people who decide to go to the black market to get dollars, but when you go to the banks, you will not even get it. And even you go to the banks, the bureaucracy in the bank. What are you going to use the money for? What are you going to do this?
I think there's
and a whole lot of things.
For that, there's a law with it, because if you're not traveling, I think when there was scarcity of dollar in the system, there came a law that if you're not traveling, you can't change money in the bank. So if you have to travel, if you have to change money in the bank, you ought to present your passport that shows that you have a visa. If you have a ticket, you have to present your ticket.
For me, if I have a dollar account, I have deposited dollars in my account, and I'm going to withdraw, I need to tell you what I'm going to use my money for. I mean, I don't think it's proper.
Anyway, let me go to Gideon. Gideon, I hear you have a new position. Tell us about it.
So, well, under the auspices of the regional chairman, the Honorable Ashimo, I've been appointed as the Director for Conflict and Resolution.
Oh, wow.
You?
Regional, yes, the regional.
You conflict and resolution. How?
Why?
So, well, I mean...
Why?
This man.
Yes,
Why you like that?
No, it's the...
Don't mind, those days we were going on demonstration. I was always following him when we were going on demonstration.
This is why conflict and resolution.
Over the years, I'm always behind him when we are going for demonstration.
But it's always good to fight what is strong with what is strong.
Exactly. I'm just wondering whether he will not become the conflict. Whether he will not become the conflict himself.
He understands conflict, so he's the best man to fight conflict.
Exactly. So,
and I would like to watch how you manage.
Yes. It's also because I have expertise in ADR.
Okay.
ADR is mostly about resolving disputes, and so it's just a fine opportunity to resolve conflicts within the party. And of course, maybe through that my senior brothers may invite me to their parties to resolve some conflicts for them, or teach their people to resolve conflicts.
Congratulations on that. Now, talking about the fuel price on the market, currently we are looking at diesel selling for 14.74 Ghana cedis. We are looking at the super, that is petrol super, 13.90 Ghana cedis, and V-Power 15.15 Ghana cedis.
It depends on where.
It depends on where. So talking about depending on where, one would say that under your government, that is when you gave these OMCs the opportunity to give the pricing on their own, because initially government was regulating it, but currently government is not, and so they have the power or the authority to charge what they want to charge. Do you think that is still a good thing to run, or looking at the system, we should go back into the government guiding these OMCs with pricing? Well,
thank you very much. I always want to use any opportunity I'm given to remind Ghanaians of the 24-hour economy. The 24-hour economy is all about jobs, jobs, and jobs. The youth of today are in dire need of jobs. And it is always an issue that is always being discussed in schools, in institutions, and what have you. Once you go to the office, you see, or you go to the reception, some people have a lot of envelopes in their drawers. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has indicated that, look, there's going to be the 24-hour economy, where in the agro-processing industry, the pharmaceutical industry, manufacturing industry, construction industry, extractive industry, transport services, financial services, and many more. That's where the 24-hour economy is going to have. And of course, companies that subscribe to the 24-hour economy initiative will be given incentives. And it doesn't mean that you are just practicing and government is not even supporting you. Financial support will be given, tax incentives. And so it is not just a mere fact that you should just practice 24-hour economy, but there's going to be some, largesse from the government under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And don't forget that this 24-hour economy is not new in this world. United States have done it. They've tried and tested it. United Kingdom has tried and tested
your
it.
time is going.
Yes,
We need
France
to go
and
into
many
our
more.
topic.
Now, to deal with the belly of your question, fuel prices are always tied, most of the time, tied to the cedi to the dollar. In our time, 2016, it was 3.9 Ghana cedi to a dollar. Today, we know it is 13 cedis. That alone should tell you that it's actually going to affect the way the
13.41.
you can imagine. And at any point in time, it can even go to 14 cedis. So you can see that is also one major way of affecting.
About the
and you see, the Ghana cedi today, 13.4. So you can imagine. Now, as my brother said, once there is increase in fuel, it affects everything. And look at this. In 2016, maize was 170 Ghana cedi, but today it's 1,000 Ghana cedi, 1,000 Ghana cedi and 20 pesos for maize. Now look at yam, 5 Ghana cedi. I remember in 2016. Now, just a tuber of yam is 25 Ghana cedi. It's 2024. Look at Gary. At where? Maybe you don't go to the market. You could maybe ask your wife. He will tell you. Gary.
Malata economics.
Gary. Olonko of Gary was 6 Ghana cedi in 2016. In 2024, it is 40 Ghana cedi. I mean, this is research we have gone to check. Me, myself, have been there. No, and I realized that's not easy.
Was doing, he did Malata.
A cup of beans in 2016 was 1 cedi 50 pesos. Today, 10 Ghana cedi. Beans that we eat, just beans. Beans that is a food that is so affordable.
Gobe.
Look,
Gobe.
A bucket cooked, it's called gobe.
Yeah, but you know, a bucket of onions in our time, 2016, was 15 Ghana cedi. Today it is 75 Ghana cedi.
Now for onion is seasonal, tomato is seasonal.
Yes, but it's 75 Ghana cedi today. I mean, in 2024, 75 Ghana cedi. I'll not even catch it. I'll tell you. I bought a bucket of onions yesterday in Adan on my way to Accra. It was 60 Ghana cedi. That is in Adan. So you can imagine the fact that it's in Accra. Those who purchase it and bring it to Accra, they will calculate their fuel. So I could see that clearly the figures were not wrong, because obviously in Adan it's 60 people I'm driving. So whoever picks it will calculate the fare from Adan to Accra. Now look, bucket of sachet water. It was 150 pesos. Today it is 11 Ghana cedi. Sachet water, 11 Ghana cedi. A kilogram of Gino rice was 6 Ghana cedi in 2016. Today, under the auspices of
Gino is not
Ghana. Right, 40 Ghana cedi.
Export duties.
40 Ghana cedi. Today, 2024. Now, a bar of key soap was 4 Ghana cedi in 2016. Today, it is 25 Ghana cedi.
So
see how my brother is even
which
surprised.
market did you do this?
So this market, yes, I went to. Yes, I went to. You know,
them.
obviously, once things are going on, you go to the market. You want to compare and see what is happening, because you even coconut Kube. He said it that even though he does not
even Kube.
I mean coconut. Even though the coconut seller will use a track, because he goes to pick the coconut from wherever, he calculates it to the 5 Ghana cedi. Can you imagine?
Are you married?
Am I married? What kind of question is that?
Okay.
It doesn't mean that.
I want to take the wife somewhere and ask whether he goes to the market.
So now he goes to the
It
market.
doesn't mean that I do not have friends that go to the market and I go with them just to.
No, but you go.
see.
Well,
Because you are
not
not
just
married,
that.
you
Even
do that.
Now,
looking
look.
at social media, when you go on Facebook, people are actually complaining.
Look.
They actually put the prices up there.
Yes.
Somebody complained about the
Exactly.
price of
Yes.
yam
Yeah.
on Facebook recently, talking about how much you had to go and buy yam for 25 cedis. That's why I kept
One.
It's so painful. I'm telling
One.
you.
Yes.
You see, he doesn't
That's
know.
not true.
He's a rich man.
Look,
you know,
when no. Just
no.
When you get to Bawumia traffic light, if they are even selling it in the street, even five.
He's
If
in government.
you like,
so you not feel the
tomorrow, I'll buy Senegal.
I want some, bring some.
I'll bring you tomatoes, onion, and plantain.
but it's a serious matter.
There are
It's a
places
serious
that
but
are
it's not
selling
one.
it
It's
at
not one.
that
Look
price.
at that.
Oh, it's one.
Oh, no,
True.
A crate of egg.
Anyway,
a
please
crate of egg,
continue.
right, was 12 Ghana cedi in 2016. Today, how much is it? You tell us. How much is it? It's 65 Ghana cedi, 70 Ghana cedi. At least, maybe if you not even get to 50 Ghana cedi. A crate of egg, depending on the size of the egg. Now they calculate the size. They look at the size.
Egg,
I'm telling you. They will look at the size, whether it is white, brown, all those ones even factors in the price. Can you imagine? So if you're not, if you
no,
don't,
but Gideon, I asked you a question. You still haven't answered.
No, I'm trying to tell you that the city depreciation is a factor to the increase of our fuel. And once the fuel has been increased, it affects everything. We need to understand that it is this government that reminded us that if the fundamentals are weak, the economy will expose.
What about the control
Today,
of
the
pricing by the government on the OMCs? Because the OMCs decide the price now.
No, but how do they just get up to decide the price? If they look at your CD to dollar, that is what affects them. And obviously, I believe that every OMC has a standard. It's just like buying a shoe or clothes, right? Every Shell, you can't compare Shell to Benab. You can't compare Benab to Allied Oil or to...
Why can't you compare?
Puma.
Is it not branding?
No, I'm saying that.
Because
Shell has been there. Shell has been in the system for a long time. Total has been there.
Again.
Sorry, Vivo Energy.
Yeah.
Vivo Energy, right? Same for Total Energy, something like that, right? And at the other small OMC. So you see, that strategy is a good strategy. But the point is, so that the companies will not run down, will not run at a loss. But the point is that they don't just get up to calculate. They look at the city. They look at the city to your dollar.
When the government decided to, make such changes, they didn't make the changes because somebody was running at a loss. They were making the changes because, as of that time, our standing economically was not good enough, so government couldn't subsidize as much as
that is could. Why this government has come. It has been 8 years. What has this government done about it? Okay. After we have left.
So do you think that we should go back to
whatever is good for the country, I'm all for it. But we need to understand that there has been mismanagement of the economy. That is why today the cedi has depreciated. Okay. Today the economy is a default economy. It's a high inflation economy. It's a shrinkflation economy. It is a misery economy. It is a high unemployment economy.
All right, thank you.
It is how do you call it? A haircut economy. Haircut. Today haircut is here. Haircut economy.
Let me come to.
So it's all about management of the economy.
Okay, Bernard,
so disappointing.
Bernard, your take on it.
Well, greetings to Gideon and to Ebenezer, and I just commend him for coming. When I got here and I was told that he was not here, I had to call him and to know that he was in the crisis. And when he was just coming out of the crisis, he still had to dash home and come here. It's one of two things. Either he has high regards for you and your show.
And we are super grateful for that.
Or he's simply a true nationalist. There is what I call a rhyme that is attributed to the Vice President, and I like to simply read it. It says that my government is in power, but when my government comes, my government will change all the things that my government has done. My government will be better than my government, attributed to the Vice President. So you just know that there is a huge deficit in our governance level because you are in power. And things have just run amok amongst the people of Ghana. And you are not fixing it. And you are waiting until your government, meaning you as a person is elected to lead, then you can fix this. Certainly, we are in crisis of leadership. That said, the Vice President and now leader of the New Patriotic Party was touted as the economic whiskets. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, soon upon winning political power, indicated in Akan that Vice President Wiase Nyansa Nyina Ekitano. To wit, his Vice President has the knowledge of the entire world. Oh yeah. And that he has been able to count in excess of 71 successes that their government has chalked in less than a year. And who was he, President of the Republic, to discount the achievement of his government when the man who carries the entire knowledge of the world had spoken? In that, the Vice President had indicated that depreciation of our currency has been arrested, locked up, and the keys given to the IGP. To which we will not have depreciation of our currency any longer, because once you have arrested it and you have caged it, and there is no pardon to it, then it means that the currency will not depreciate. The Vice President spoke about how fuel prices have been stable. He spoke about how they have been able to take away some taxes that would ensure that the life of the people would be made better. He spoke about the recklessness of the ex-while government by ensuring that we had excess supply of electricity and that we didn't need the excess, the extra energy. Yet, John Mahama went ahead to create surplus energy within the system. And we have been able to stabilize the energy situation. Today, and for the first time in our history, there is commotion within the transport operators. While GPRTU has always been the major negotiator at a tripartite meeting, that's government, labor, and then transport operators, to see how fares can be increased, today GPRTU has lost control of its members. You are aware, and your reporters will tell you, that the fuel stations in, I say fuel stations, the transport operators in Takoradi have gone ahead to increase their prices. Even as GPRTU National is asking them to wait
so they said they will have
till Wednesday.
Yes,
till Wednesday, they cannot. They have gone ahead to increase their prices. And this is a breakdown of what I call discipline among the transport operators. That today, I buy my vehicle, I incur increase in fuel prices, I incur increase in spare parts. I go on bumpy roads. My car breaks down all the time. Then I don't make any money. Government continues to increase fuel prices. Then you sit down as a mother union to tell me not to operate. I will not listen to you. If you want, come and say that because I've not listened to you, you will take away my vehicles. That will lead to the formation of other transport operations. Certainly, what has catapulted this situation? It is because things have just run helter-skelter. I wish I could repeat what the police said. But clearly, nothing has worked. So, what has happened to the arresting of the city? The depreciation of the city. First and foremost, you see, political statements can be very exciting. They make good sound bites. But in principle or in truth, they may be hollow. But the Vice President doesn't have the locus to go and do any arrest. It should have been the police arresting and caging. But you, the Vice President, say you have arrested, you have gone to cage, and you have handed the keys to the police. We made nice sound bite of it, and we laughed. But reality is confronting us. Nobody is able to confront the depreciation of your currency when you are not able to control your import, your insatiable appetite for foreign goods.
Well, is that not why, the trade ministry actually suggested...
What don't you import?
So they actually suggested
let me,
there was going to
you run an economy.
Yes.
You run an economy as if the government does not have a responsibility to the state. Tell me, we used to have the Black Star Line, which is the major shipping company of our nation. The Black Star Line had 18 ships when Le Man came into office. He augmented it by 6 more ships to 24 ships. Today, we don't have one ship. Now, all your imports into this country come by way of sea. Maybe an insignificant quantity comes by way of air, right? So it means that even going to import now, you now have to depend on private and other international shipping companies to bring the goods. So what do you think will happen? The state has been reckless.
Yeah, but Bernard, again, I was saying, you made mention of the importation, where we had, a proposal presented to Parliament about controlling the goods that will be imported into the system. However, we still had the opposition, fight it, saying that they won't allow it to happen. Probably this could have controlled the importation of goods that comes into the system.
When you are misinformed, and you also consume the misinformation as you have just done this morning, then we are in crisis. Because you are supposed to help us to disintegrate some of these wrong policies prescription. There was not going to be a ban on importation.
There was going to, no, I didn't say a ban.
Do you understand? Control. They were not going to control importation. No. What they were going to control was to control and regulate the people that will be involved in the importation. No. So, for instance, if I needed to go and import rice, or I'm a right importer, I then have to come through the ministry for the ministry more or less to give me a certification or a visa to enable me now qualified to go and import rice. So, Roselyn, you at the end of
a control.
It was not. It was meant to regulate the number of people or the people that went into. So it means that hey, we are limiting the number of people that will do the importation. Okay. So rent seeking would have occasioned. So KMG will not get a license to go and import. But Eben, who is proximate to government and to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, will easily get to go and import.
It
was not meant.
Just a matter of just getting to.
Do you understand
that? That's what the minister said.
That was what?
The minister said they wanted to control the quantity.
No. They go and check the statement. It was not controlling importation.
Was sent to
because if it was,
it is the approval you get from the ministry.
Yes.
To do what?
To know the number of rice that you are going to
import.
No, because we are trying to measure. Yes.
Yes.
So that we'll be able to measure how. We'll be bringing things into the country.
Young man.
Nigeria did the same thing.
Young man. Nigeria did not do the same thing.
All right.
Nigeria stopped.
They stopped.
Yes.
They stopped. So they didn't give licenses to people to go and import.
No, at the time,
you want to give licenses to people to go and import. No. Nigeria stopped the importation of rice. They did not regulate who will import the rice. Right. You wanted to regulate the people that will import the rice.
Gentlemen, let me read some messages. But before then, let me read some messages. Before then, I urge you to go to Franco Trading Enterprise and get your phones, or your laptops, or your tabletop fridges, or even if you are not too sure about security in your homes, look no further, because Franco Trading Enterprise has the right CCTV cameras for you. Now, wherever you are, you can be monitoring what is happening in your home. Just like Honorable Eben is here, he can actually be monitoring what is happening in his home if he has the CCTV cameras there, and they are top-notch quality. So just go to them and they will serve you. Now, one thing we actually tell you, or we urge you, is not to go on Google to pick their number. The scammers are there. They will give you wrong numbers. They will scam you. Please don't do that. Just download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app on your phone. Go to Google Play Store and download it, or go to the website www.francotradingenterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa fee. Let me read some comments coming in. And what do we have? We start with Meshach Asante at Amasaman. The nation builder JDM is on the way, coming like a kite to rescue Ghanaians from this heartless and insensitive government. And there is no way we'll put our destiny into the hands of somebody who is known to be the biggest liar in Africa, according to Google. Greetings to Honorable Emmanuel Ni Ashimo and Sedem Apenyo, incoming MP Amasaman. Good morning to you and your guests. I ask a question. When will ex-Nana Addo and Bawumia will pay our 9 months arrears owed to NAPCO trainees since 2021 to date? Wow, you're still owed? Wow. We'll continue to remind them. Former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta promised to pay us. They will pay before April 2024. Why this deception? NPP has disappointed us too much. God save us from the hardship. From Larry. Okay, so we'll do this during the birthday segment, please. I need this. Sometimes the machines will just scroll. Okay, so Al Hassan Cisse from Zero Central says, good morning to you all. In fact, light out issues is beyond politics, and Nana Akufo-Addo, Bawumia and Napo should think beyond the usual politics and give Ghanaians a timetable for us to plan our lives. When it is off, it is called doom, and when it is on, it is called stop. If it is off and repairs, why should they keep on repairing every area more 4 hours or every 2 days? Is it the machines that used to do the repairs that are not quality, that requires every 4 or 2 days replacement? Because the off and repair mantra, no amfa. As for fuel prices, prices a litre is now costly than a gallon in 2016. Napo Ghanaians have common sense. The disrespect and arrogance of power is too much. Madam Host, there is a dangerous phenomenon being perpetrated by Akufo-Addo. He has packed the Supreme Court, the High Court, and now 18 cronies, friends and party apparatus in the Court of Appeals. Why? Akufo-Addo has saturated the once hallowed and sacrosanct judiciary of Ghana and is making sure himself and his corrupt appointees escape prosecution and conviction in 2025. Akufo-Addo has emasculated all constitutional institutions and made them his lapdogs. There's no greater treason than to do the right deed for the wrong reason. T.S. Eliot. By the way, Mahama should be circumspect in his promises because the Ghanaian economy is in what? Is in there or is in not? Okay. My heartfelt greetings to you and your panelists. I am proud of your station. Please implore Comrade Bernard Mornah. I need his number because I treasure his contributions for Mother Ghana, Chelsea Champon. Bernard, somebody wants your number.
I should mention it. Is it a male or a female?
It's a male.
It doesn't really. You won't give out.
Good morning. Please, if Ghana Standard Authority or PRC can investigate the rate at which electricity reading is being adjusted on our meters, the consumption at last has gone up. I mean, Gridco. Okay. We'll see what we can do about it. Please, I want to know if tablets will be supplied to SHS students every year, since new students will be enrolled every academic year, or just for political gain. And that's a very good question, you know. Honorable, do you have any idea?
Yes. Those that will be going for Form 1, they will be also received, yes.
What about those that will go next year?
When you're enrolled, you get your tablet, because that's what they are going to use for academic work.
I thought it was meant for the school, not for the people. So once you enter the school, they give to you. Then when you are exiting,
when you complete, you leave it?
Yes.
Yeah, you leave it.
Yes.
So they will do repairs and maintenance, then add new ones.
Yes.
So it's not like you are
Not
taking
for
the laptop
students,
and then when you are completing, you carry your thing in your bag.
Exactly.
For the school.
That is what I understand.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's what they are going to
The
do.
prediction by OPEC that fuel prices will soon hit 17 Ghana cedis per litre highlights the challenges facing consumers and the economy. Rising fuel prices are driven by a combination of factors, including supply and demand dynamics, geopolitical instability, and currency depreciation. The impact of these price hikes on consumers and the economy is significant. Necessitating a coordinated response from policymakers to address these challenges by promoting alternative fuels, investing in public transportation, and implementing targeted measures to support consumers. Policymakers can help mitigate the effects of rising fuel prices and create a more sustainable energy future. Aaron Beba. Good morning, Roselyn, Bernard, and your panelists. The hike in fuel prices is alarming and disturbing to us Ghanaians, and not to talk about its consequences and hardship it brings in line. The government does not import fuel into the country, but individuals and private sectors, including the OMCs, therefore determine the price based on dollar to cedi transactions. The depreciation of the cedi is based on several economic factors. Rich Presby Quarters. Alazi Hamza Pig Farm says, good morning, Roselyn. Interesting to hear the NPP calling on Ghanaians not to play politics with the issue of fuel prices and power crisis. God have mercy. Have they forgotten so soon? Issues of fuel prices and power crisis was their main campaign in 2016 and 2020, which resulted in bringing them to power. President Nana Addo and the NPP power told Ghanaians to vote them into power and they will make the living conditions better for them. They even went ahead to say President Mahama was insensitive to the plea of Ghanaians. Today, the reality has caught up with them. Okay, they lied their way to power, and the same lies, they will lead them out to opposition. President Nana Addo, Dr. Bawumia, and the NPP can fool the people sometimes, but they cannot fool the people all the time. The last word words of President Mahama before he left office was, posterity will judge him. And today, the good old Lord is doing his fight for him. God have mercy. So this one says that still opposition for NDC forever. Ghanaians, there's nothing good in the NDC party, and former President John Dramani Mahama again a puto. That's why NDC don't have campaign message apart from selling wache in their 24-hour economy policy, which they can't even defend. That should clearly, this shows clearly that the NDC, we see them don't have anything to offer the people of this nation anymore. The 24-hour economy is a scam. NDC never again. Greetings to Honorable Mavis Zihawa Kumsin, MP for ASEC and MC for Asema from Movement Kaswa. The incessant increase in fuel prices coupled with the galloping inflation rate has plunged this nation into a daily sorrow. I'm surprised that we are experiencing these economic crises under the so-called economic giant, Dr. Bawumia. If we were in a serious country, no communicator will have the courage to look into the face of the suffering Ghanaian and ask them to vote for this wicked NPP party. It's really sad. Ghanaians have really missed JDM. Greetings to the venerable lawyer and MP for Bolsa North, Lawyer James Agalga. This coming from Daniel Akpaliok. Good morning, Joy Prime. Bawumia said port duties are very high, so containers are being diverted to Togo. Is he not in government or he's in opposition? Ghanaians should not make that big mistake to vote for Bawumia come December 7th. He should go with his boss, Nana Akufo-Addo, Solomon Zenu Martin. Okay, so talking about this, let's quickly delve into our next topic, and then I come back to read some of the messages here. Now, talking about this, it brings us to our next conversation, which is election year, where you have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is actually the flag bearer for the NPP, saying that when voted into power, he'll make sure that prices at the port or port charges are actually decreased, and he's going to make sure that it's at par with Lome. Take a look at this video.
Roselyn, this is unfair. I've not concluded. Then you just jumped out of me.
Oh, I didn't know you conclude. I thought you did.
Yeah, I was talking there. You just jumped into...
I'm sorry.
How many minutes do you want to take?
Do you know how long you spoke?
I'm sorry.
Look at the thing. See, I can play it for you. Check the minutes you spoke.
So if you are hired, you are TNOA. The duties at the Tema port cannot be higher than the Lome port. That will be policy. That will be policy. We will be lower or the same as Lome port. That's our immediate competitor. So if you are hired, you are uncompetitive. Yes, sir. So as a matter of policy, we will not charge duties that are higher than Lome. So once we do that, there is no incentive to smuggle the goods to Lome and bring them to Ghana. And yes, sir, that is exactly what will happen. So we'll benchmark our duties to Lome port. By the way, in the past, they were also benchmarking to Ghana, Senegal. So now we are going to make sure, say, your duty no, and bro and saying Lome mo omo duty no.
This video has actually sparked a lot of conversations. We know in your homes as well, because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising, port charges being dropped. He's even talking about certain taxes that will be waived off if voted into power. And he's also talking about the fact that he will make sure that, it's a par with Lome. And that is what people are saying. But it is your party in government. And so why will you say this? Because you are even making your party unpopular by saying this. You are in power, and this is happening. That's what people are saying, though. Berad, you didn't conclude the other one, so let's start with you on this one.
So clearly, Duncan Amwa and COPEC are justified to make the kind of predictions that life will be a bit terrible for us, because fuel prices will be going up. Electricity costs is on the increase. Yesterday, as I returned late from Tamale, from Bumpurugu to Tamale, and I went to Bema camp. And you will not believe that within our military barracks, there was lights off. I'm not talking about any mean place. We are talking about military barracks. There was light off. This was between the hours of 8:30 to...
But when I was living at barracks, it was the same thing. What's happening?
You know, there was heavy lights off. And I'm like, ooh.
There were times that we could even be in for 1 week.
And I'm like, this...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, it was a fault. Those ones are...
No, this one is not fault.
I'm a Birmingham girl. I've told you before, right?
No,
I lived all my life in Birmingham.
No, he doesn't.
So the one that we were talking about, which one are you talking about?
Can I make my point here?
Please, let Bernard
We
keep on taking Bernard's time. Bernard, please make your point.
And it is his strategy.
Because you bring controversial issues.
So significantly, anyway, I want to commend Atachia and then the subcommittee on energy in Parliament. Yesterday, they had no choice than to tell EC that bring a timetable. Whether it's Doom CSA or it's Doom So or it's Doom whatever, you just bring a timetable so that people can regulate their lives. This is a story that you Joy did. And I don't understand. I was on a platform with someone and I told the person, in fact, I said it openly, that my engagement with particularly the independent power producers and people who originated Ameri, they are telling us that before the close of this year, there will be energy deficit. And then the person told me that, oh, don't worry, by the time the issue come up, we would have been out of power. So all that they are doing is that they want to navigate and tell us lies. When they are out of power, reality will confront us that, no, we can't continue the situation. Then they will say, aha, the new people have brought in energy crisis as before. We told you. This kind of thinking doesn't help our national progress.
Anyway, let's move on to our next topic. I wanted you to conclude and then you delve into the next topic.
Well, I think that it fits perfectly with the fact that somebody put up that the vice president says that my government is in power. But when my government comes into power, I will make things better. And so forth. Therefore, Bawumia is telling us that President Akufo-Addo has been a very terrible leader whose policy options have been inimical and has imposed more hardship on the people of Ghana. And that whilst he is part of this government, he does not support in any way these policy options. Yet it is this vice president, who tells us that why he, in fact, it's not the vice president, it's the Minister for Information, who told us, for instance, that it is the vice president who drafted the e-levy bill. Yeah, he drafted the e-levy bill, and that because he was compassionate for the poor in our society, he put 100 cedis threshold in a day, so that when you exceed 100 cedis, or when you don't exceed 100 cedis...
That was said by Kojo
Nkrumah, who worked with you.
Then he was the information minister.
Yes, he was information minister. And obviously, he doesn't communicate what he has not been informed.
Okay.
You understand? Then the late John Kuma comes to reaffirm that position and say that why? Who said that the vice president? Because all of us were calling for the vice president to state his position after that, his disingenuous...
But we didn't hear it from the horse's own mouth.
Oh, Gideon Buako.
No, but I'm
saying
about,
that...
We didn't hear it from,
I'm saying that Gideon Buako, or you doubt Gideon too?
Oh, no, but it would have been good to have...
I'm saying that you doubt Gideon too.
I'm not saying I doubt any of them.
Gideon came and said that the vice president is in total support of the e-levy. And that it is not true that the vice president distanced himself from the e-levy implementation. Today, the vice president says that when he is given the nod, he will abolish e-levy. Do you understand? At the time...
You don't believe he can do it?
What prevents you from doing it now?
He's not the main man.
No. Who told you? Is it not President Akufo-Addo who even subordinates his authority and said that the vice president carries the world's knowledge? But that's what he said. And the vice president who carries the knowledge of the world comes to say that A, B, C, D. Who am I? Who doesn't carry the same knowledge?
But he's still not the main man.
If your president believes in you and that you are the source of policy evolution. And he says that you have said this, you have said this, you have said this. He didn't say that, look, under my authority, my vice president has done this. He said the vice president did this.
Yes, but still...
Still what?
He didn't make the decision, Bernard. Yes, like I said, we didn't hear it from his own mouth. We hear him say things from his mouth. He could have come in to say that, yes, I agree with the e-levy, but he never said anything. And now he's letting us know that he did not agree with the e-levy.
Did you hear the vice president say that when we come to power, what I know is that there will not be a doomsday economy?
Yes, he said it.
And then today?
Oh, he hasn't said much about it. Right?
So we are in doomsday economy?
But see, no, I understand where you're coming from. With
no, you
regards
don't.
To that.
I
No.
come from Sakara. You don't. So, on a more serious note,
Yeah.
practically, what is the vice president saying? Repeatedly on your show, before you even moved into this, your beautiful edifice, I told you down there that any wise economist know that when we talk about revenue mobilization, taxation is not necessarily an instrument for mobilizing revenue. In fact, it's largely an instrument to do correction in the disruption of an economy. So, for instance, you want to use taxes to ensure that you regulate importations into your country and exportations out of your country. Do you understand? So you can do taxes in such a way that, look, people importing will find it very difficult or unattractive to import, so that you can correct the structural defects in an economy, ensure local production and local consumption. That is one of the major things of taxation. To begin to rely on taxes as a major source of income means that you will fail. I've said this repeatedly.
You have.
And that in order that you ensure a boom in your economy, in fact, in normal cases, you reduce taxes. When you reduce taxes, what then happens? People are encouraged to produce, people are encouraged to expand their businesses, and because businesses are expanding, even as you are collecting little by little, you collect much more.
Okay.
So we told you this. The vice president said, no, to hell. The port has collapsed. From the days we used to clear in excess of 50. See what he has done. What did he write? Why are you doing this?
Well, I was actually going to cut him though. So, yes.
We used to clear in excess of 50 containers a day. Today, in more than a week, we clear 9 containers. You think that businesses will boom? So your huge taxes have led people to run to Cote d'Ivoire. They have led people to run into Togo. They are importing because their taxes are low.
Yeah.
Then reality is now dawning on you that after all, some ones like us, we spoke to you and you decided to put cotton wool in your ears.
Anyway, Eben.
Roselyn, I am so happy that anytime the vice president meets either a civil society organization or a group of people or stakeholders in the development of our country, whatever he says become topic for discussion.
It's because we're in election year.
It's not because I'm in an election. You just check. Since he became the flag bearer, or since he became the running mate of our party, anytime he addresses gatherings, whatever he says become topic for discussion. And I think that for me, is a
You
good...
have to desist from making his pronouncement topic for discussion, because they actually nauseate us now.
How?
Because this topic we are discussing is in conflict with the posture of the vice president yesterday. And the man says that anytime he speaks, he's the vice president, so if he speaks, we should not discuss it. It is not a positive.
No, but let him land. He's making a point. Let him.
But his time is up.
Evan, please make your point.
Even before he became the flag bearer, before he became the running mate, anytime he speaks, it becomes topic for discussion.
Just because of his position?
No. It's because whatever he says, there's a substance in it. Because whatever he says, it carries weight. Because whatever he says, cannot be
but
compared.
before you became the running mate to, Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa,
you can
nobody
check.
spoke about him.
No, you can't.
I didn't even know him.
You can't.
I didn't even know him. Oh, it's true. I didn't even know him.
You don't know him, but I know him.
Okay.
So you can check.
Okay.
From 2008 to date, anytime he had opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, in 2016, when he was going around doing lectures, almost all stations will suspend everything that they do to discuss about the price.
He was a running mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We don't have a running mate in 2016. We didn't have running mate in 2020. We didn't have running mate in 2008.
We talk about every running mate.
We didn't have running mate in 2012.
When they make statements, we talk about
Right.
it.
So, on Thursday or Friday, as part of his campaign, he had an opportunity to meet with GUTA. GUTA is a Ghana Union of Traders Association.
No. Don't miss. GUTA, AGI, and others have provided a platform that once you become a presidential candidate, you will come and tell them policy prescription.
No.
It is not his campaign.
No. This one, it was his campaign meeting. Because as part of the campaign team, we have a group of people. Oh, yes.
And you are campaigning for me.
Do you know that better is your time?
He did that to me. He's
taking your time.
Conflict of
We have a group of people that deal with
this man is dangerous.
identifiable groups. And he had an opportunity to meet with
GUTA.
GUTA. And GUTA is made up of a lot of associations. And that's why it's a traders. And at AMA office, as part of his engagement with them, and he told them, yes, I know what you are going through at the port. I know how prices of goods and commodities is going high. I know how people now are diverting their goods to this country because of this and this and this reason. And let me use myself as an example. You know, I'm coming from a constituency with a business community. When I was a member of parliament, the spare part of this association meets every Wednesday. And every time, unless I'm not in the country, but if I'm in the country, I try to attend their meetings, to listen to their grievances. Anytime I get opportunity in parliament, even something that does not even concern spare parts, I'll try to chip in something so that people or parliament will also get something out of what I'm saying. In the course of it, he told them that, look, when I'm given the opportunity, come on the 7th of December 2024, these are the measures I'm going to put in place to ensure that the challenges that you are facing at the port, you will not be facing those challenges. And somebody will say that, oh, but you're the vice president, and you should be able to deal with the issue. But the fact of the matter is that I don't think there's any person, and I challenge the NDC, that joined President Mills' administration when President Mills passed away and John Mahama took over in before 2016 election. He have no plan of his own. He has plan of his own. He has things that when he gets the opportunity, he will do. In as much that he was a vice president to John Mills. If the person says that, yes, so I'm part of the government, I'm the vice president. But I believe that when I get up, that's why at UPS, he said he's coming out with his own vision. This is what I have. So far as I'm in the chair.
So for him, he's not happy with what is happening in the economy. Is that what it is?
Whether he's happy or he's not happy, he is telling you what he thinks he can do.
No, so in a nutshell, he's not happy with what is happening.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm saying that what he thinks that he can do, what his administration can do, is what he's telling Ghanaians.
Right.
That when opportunity is given to me, this is what I am going to do to help you to improve upon your businesses. And when you listen to the response of GUTA, they said, yes, these are the challenges that we are facing. So if you are going to help us in this call, we applaud you for that. Because how can I travel outside the country, buy goods, take it to Togo? And somebody was telling me, I don't know whether it is true, that even the ship will even come and pass through Ghana, go to Togo, and then they will go and clear it and bring it back. when you are bringing the thing back, even though you pay tax, but the tax component, because you have not paid so much tax in Togo, even what you are paying here will not be anything significant to you. But the feasibility aspect of it, you are not getting it. So he's saying that, look, I am going to give you a tax amnesty. People are complaining, most of you are not paying your taxes. And it has piled up. And then GRA will be coming to you and asking you to pay your tax. Fine, when I get opportunity, what I'm going to do is that we are going to open a new chapter.
But here's the opportunity now.
Where's the opportunity?
Is he not the vice president?
Roselyn, you work with your, how do you call it?
Your people are just bastardizing the man.
Your people here. You have meetings. If you make your suggestions, if you make your request, or if there's something that you are being discussed, and Brenda or maybe KMJ, yourself, and you're having discussion, somebody said this, somebody said, as you always say, majority carries the vote. So if I even bring a proposal that this is what we wanted to do, and somebody says, oh no, when we do it this way, because of the situation in which we find ourselves today, or because of this and this and this, I think we should do this thing for some time and let's see. When we came to power, there are some taxes that were even taken out.
Yes,
import duty and all those things were taken out. Yes. So if today there's a different situation, it calls for a different decision that will be taken.
Right.
But he believed that, look, when mandate is given to me, this is what I'm going to do. I believe that one thing that I was just asking, that, look, we need more explanation on that when it comes to the flat rate.
Okay.
Because the flat rate, for instance, if I'm bringing 20-footer container and there's a Mercedes-Benz, and Gideon also brings 20-foot container, and there's a Tigo in, meaning that are we going to pay the same thing?
That's what we have.
So these are some of the things that we need to. But for me, I am so happy that Guta welcomed the idea of the vice president. And I have spoken to one or two people in Abosokan who attended the meeting. I asked them, how did the meeting go? So, Honorable, if this is what is going to happen, I can tell you, from next year, our business is going to be one of, I'm going to get a lot of banners. So I pray to God that it come to pass.
Okay, let me go to Gideon. Gideon, before I come to you, I urge you to go to Franco Trading Enterprise to get your phones.
The way you say you urge us to go to Franco.
Yeah, because
No, even when we are here and they are using us to make money
it's
for
very
Franco.
affordable. So go to Franco.
We don't even have any of their tablets.
You can actually call them on 0246422 338 0246422 338 or 055 593 9311 055 593 9311. Actually, you can download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app. Just go to Google Play Store and download it, but don't pick their number from Google. You can also, for further inquiries, contact us on www.Franco Trading Enterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise still phone papa fee. Gideon.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
From Franco.
No.
Friday, I was watching her, and she said it. That will ride from work.
I love Franco Trading Enterprise.
I want to see on Monday whether Franco will bring us something so that we'll taste and see.
You taste and see.
We'll use and see whether
you have some tablets that will show.
No, Monday panel.
The promise for
Well, we start the week.
Dr. Bawumia is another lie. Because this is someone who cannot be trusted. And I'll tell you why.
But why do you call it a lie?
And I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you. He has a history. Dr. Bawumia has a history. Dr. Bawumia has a history of telling lies. And I'll tell you why. Run up to the 2016 election, I beg you. 18 months, in the run up to the 2016 election, he says that you can go to Ghana Web. He said in 18 months of the MPP government, no community will have water or toilet problem. In 18 months of an MPP government, they have spent 8 years. What can they say about this issue? Another one, the exchange rate, which we just discussed. What did he say?
But
he said that.
No,
he said no.
Because when the MPP government
but see, Rose. This is a man who has shown that he cannot be trusted, and I'm giving you a history. If you want to see whether someone is telling the truth, you must look at what he said in the past and whether he did it or not.
Okay.
Look, in the exchange rate, what did he say? He said if the fundamentals of the economy are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, look at where we are.
What you are saying in actual fact is that when a goat says that it will give you medicine for 20 days, you should check its urine.
Exactly so. Look at now. the part of the issue of arresting the CD and giving the key to the IGP. Today, there has been prison break, and we are skyrocketing to 13.41 Ghana cedi, as you even indicated. Look at the issue of taxation.
Not I indicated, it's on social media.
I mean, that's it. Now look, the MPP, he promised that the MPP will move Ghana from taxation to production. Today, it is taxation upon taxation upon taxation upon taxation. The same man, he even indicated that mobile money is for the poor and that it will not be taxed. Now here we are, e-levy. In as much as he wants to divorce himself from this e-levy, his members of the MPP have indicated that he played a key role. Now, on the issue of creating, he said that, well, they will be building a new harbour in Cape Coast. Where is the harbour? The harbour in Cape Coast, where is it now? So this is a man who has shown that he cannot be trusted. He has lied, and this is another lie. And you see, if you want to believe someone's promise of today, you need to look at what he has said in the past and whether he did it or not. Now look, having listed, you see.
Are you saying he's done nothing in the past?
No, but the promises, I'm saying that he has promised a lot of things and he has not done most of them. And I've listed them. And look, he even said that Kayaye won't pay taxes under the MPP. And the Kayaye are not paying taxes. They are even paying to the extent that when they even carry your they even add the taxes to it. So you have to even pay more.
Hey.
Why not? Is that not why? I don't know free the page.
Hey.
Look at the fuel. I don't know. You even indicated, it's another indicated that there are people who don't even pay for fuel. Yet, once fuel has increased, they also increase their prices. And I'm sure that once we get out there, we'll see. But you see, that's what I'm saying. That look, this promise about duties of port will be lesser than to go is another lie.
Anyway,
he cannot be trusted because...
But it can be done, right?
It can be done, but not by this particular man.
Okay, so
not by this particular man.
Do it?
Why not?
By your mom.
Not by because this man has been a liar. He has lied and lied. So why will you want to believe him?
Why haven't you said that you will do it, though?
Why haven't you said? Oh, but I mean, we are going to launch our manifesto.
Okay, we are waiting for you.
So why not? But the point, of
anyway,
course, but you should be reminded that a man who tells lies should not be someone you should trust.
All right.
From the beginning.
Thank you for being here, gentlemen. Thank you, Bernard Mornah. He represented the PMC. Ebenezer Nartey represented the NPP, and Gideon Tettey Tetteh represented the NDC this morning. Thank you all so much. Unfortunately, we can't read everybody's messages. Here, I'll try and read them during what's trending. My name is Roselyn. Felli, this has been the News Flash segment. We have other conversations coming your way. We need you to stay glued to your television set. We'll be right back.
News Flash was brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise.